Hello there. In today's video, we will discuss the problems for corporations investing in Canada and why the Canadian government insists on ramming through unpalatable policies, making Canada a closed-for-business country. I'm Jordan Collier, and this is the Storybook Wealth Builder channel, which seeks to provide net of expenses exposure to sustainable wealth creating solutions for your storybook journey. For the 2009 Canadian federal budget, Jim Flaherty, the Canadian finance minister at the time, introduced a flexible registered general purpose savings vehicle that allows Canadians to earn tax-free investment income to more easily meet lifetime savings needs, which was and still is the tax-free savings account, or TFSA. This novel program was endorsed by many major institutions and signaled the Canadian government was open for business. Canadians would not have to pay tax on stocks, bonds, ETFs, etc., and the benefit to attracting foreign capital coming into Canada would have a Canadian public actively wanting to invest in Canadian companies to continue accruing gains tax-free. The Canadian government benefited by the taxes paid by these corporations. Simple, right? And a win-win-win for everyone. However, since that announcement back in 2008, Canada in 2021 feels more like an economic wasteland. Regulation albatrosses on pipelines, wireless communications, airlines, banking, and finance restrict competition or limit our ability to get product to market. A hostile political environment hell-bent on activating the clean energy movement faster than Trump's warp speed program hasn't helped. Further investment blockades like Bill C-48 reduce the capacity of what an oil tanker can export, but excludes the same limits on imported oil from ship tankers, directly targeting domestic oil's ability to get said product to market. That's you, Alberta. This is also a direct contradiction of the Trans Mountain Expansion Project commitment. That said, the federal government would increase exports to overseas markets by 50% by 2025. Bill C-69 as well complicates matters with overhauling the National Energy Board Act and the Canadian Environmental Assessment Agency Act to give the federal government far more majority say in the review process of energy projects over local jurisdictions. With Bill C-69, stakeholders and local communities directly impacted by a project will not be given greater consideration in the project review process. Economic benefits like jobs or local investment will not be part of the review process to determine if it's in the public's interest. How's that for an oxymoron? The review process also allows for policy debate to consider alternatives to a project, even when those alternatives are outside a company's industry. So that means a pipeline project might have to debate the merits of a wind farm in their proposal. Lastly, no hard cap debates on approval timelines which hamper investment appetite. On December 11, 2020, Justin Trudeau's Liberal government announced the federal carbon tax price would be rising from $30 a ton of emissions, or 7 cents at the pumps, to $170 a ton of emissions, or 40 cents at the pumps by 2030, incrementally increasing every year until the set target date to fulfill a pledge our country made in the 2015 Paris Climate Accords agreement, an agreement that the US proved is easily breakable with little repercussions. Canada, on the other hand, treats it like signing an unbreakable mortgage term for 15 years on a cardboard box house. Even though Canada produces 2% of global emissions and China won't enact their own reductions for another decade, why would we leave ourselves vulnerable to global markets in a desperate pursuit to virtue signal to the world? Putting a price on carbon is politically easy, as it is meant to curb what the government deems as negative habits. Incentive structures will come through rebates on carbon taxes you already paid and are now getting back, which begs the question, why did we even pay a carbon tax in the first place? Secondly, the subsidies to drive zero-emission vehicles will be at a cost our government will want to incentivize but can't afford. This is not a market problem, rather a system problem. We've built our lives around fossil fuels, from how we designed our cities and to accommodate our vehicles to the consumption of heat in our homes. Investing in a multi-billion-dollar project in Canada means you need to speak the language of Ottawa, which is not English or French. It's your approval for long process review times, a willingness to pay for carbon emissions, and want lots of regulation oversight. Canada's border should be wrapped with yellow tape that says proceed with caution. A language pivot favoring energy investment would, I think, show confidence to bring back significant investment. A big energy rebound should not be hard to attract, given Canada is a politically stable place with endless energy investment opportunities. Jobs and tax revenue from these projects could go towards clean energy initiatives. Perhaps some deregulation exemptions per project could entice would-be investors as well. If you found this video informative, please do the cliche thing and fist bump all the buttons of the like and subscribe variety. Make your voices heard in the comments below, which shouldn't be hard on a topic like this one. So I can better tailor content for this channel. Until next time, thanks for tuning in.